Welcome, welcome. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for joining us here. This is the 22 Social Weekly Live Training. My name is Andrew Lane.
And this is Rene Bañuelos.
And we're the co-founders here. And you were joining us for a special training today on doing live Google Hangouts on air inside your Facebook page.
With your significant other. Just kidding.
No.
With your prospects.
With your audience so that you can get leads and sales for your business. So we're going to walk through the big idea to make sure you understand how this works and how you can use it to grow your business. So with that, I think we can log right in. Let's go ahead and see.
Start.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it brief today. It is a special day. Many of you have dinner plans and whatnot, so we're going to get right to the point and show you where to find all the advanced, extensive training if you really want to implement this strategy.
Oh,
so it looks like we're coming through.
Sounds good.
There we are. So you're looking at us on this cool view here. We're going to switch it over to our normal view, and then we'll get started. Say hello if you're watching live. I see Zuzu, Juan, Mike, Mindy, Biggie, Justin, and let's see. I'll refresh. Let us know where you're watching from all around the world.
It's like South Africa in the house.
South Africa in the house. So pretty fun. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. You can leave your questions below, and we'll do a Q&A at the end. So with that, let me share my screen. I'll give you a quick overview of what to expect today in this Hangout. All right, 22 Social Hangouts on air. Today's training, Renee is going to give you an overview of what this is all about and how you can use Hangouts to grow your business, get leads and sales, and how it compares to Facebook Live. Then I'll show you a kind of a technical concept of how it works and then where to find our full 5-step training to implement this strategy. We've got all the information you need to get this done, including video tutorials all in one place. So I'll show you where to find that. And then we've got a special guest today. Monica Ramos will be joining us, and she's been using Hangouts on air inside her fan page for a few years now to track and collect leads and to make sales and even deliver paid content to her customers. So she's used this to the fullest potential, and she's going to share her story and give you some tips on what she's learned. So that is today's topic. Before we get into that, we want to give you some inspiration and some of your fellow power users who are doing some cool things out there. Mixed Nation, it's a fan page here. They're a lifestyle brand. They put together a sweepstakes, which I believe we discussed last week or recently. We always go through a cycle. So using a sweepstakes with 22 Social to attract leads. Looks like for a product, they have like their own product they created, Mixed Chicks Hair Care.
Nice.
Yeah. So to raise awareness to this new product they had, they did a sweepstakes. And that's a really good way to get people to pay attention to what you're doing and to learn about your products. Instead of just saying, hey, buy our product, you can do a promotion like this to collect information of people who are interested in that kind of product. And then after you announce the winner, you can give them a discount link or remind them they can buy the product.
Which is your goal to begin with, right?
Yeah, making sales is the goal, but got to be a little strategic, right? So next up, Build the Brand, a consulting agency. They put together a really cool app here to have people register for a mastermind for entrepreneurs building a digital business selling t-shirts online. So they did an online training teaching people how to, achieve this goal, right? Sell t-shirts online. So that they collected information of people interested in that. And the common way to use Hangouts and online webinars and training is to give kind of a free sample of your content, and then usually you're going to sell them into some kind of program. So in this case, I'm assuming they did this promotion to get people registered to learn about this and attend the free training. And then if they really wanted to take the next step, I'm sure they offered some kind of paid course or one-on-one consulting or coaching, something like that. But you can see it looks really nice, and there's a great example of someone building really cool looking apps with 22 Social. So before we get into today's topic, I want you to know that the way we see Hangouts is really as webinars. So there's a lot of names for the same concept. Right. You're streaming and broadcasting online, and it's generally called a webinar, right? So that's what we're talking about today. So to get you in the right mindset, I want you to understand the power of doing this. And it's really nothing new. It's just a different way to implement this strategy. So using webinars is a huge part of online marketing, and over 60% of marketers are using webinars as part of their content marketing programs because it just works. It gets results, and it's a really, really powerful strategy. So the average, and these are really crazy numbers, the average webinar attendance rate is about half the people who register, which is really shocking. And now, I don't know how accurate these stats are, right? I just found them somewhere. And I mean, they're cited sources, but just the idea of getting people to register for something and then show up live, to get almost half the people to show up live and listen to you and interact with you and ask questions, that's how you make sales. And it's just a really great way to simplify everything. And just, for us, it's been every week, right? We go live, we do a webinar or a hangout, whatever you want to call it. And that's how we can interact with people who are interested in our product. And the average viewership is pretty wild, right? So they're webcast, right? So it can be called a webcast webinar. But the viewership time is really incredible. So to spend that much time with someone, with a brand, to interact with a potential customer on that level. And it's so scalable because really, depending on the platform you're using, with Hangouts, like we're going to show you, you can have unlimited people watching. So you don't have to spend an hour with everyone individually. You can scale your time and reach anyone around the planet who is interested in what you're doing. So these stats are incredible. It's really, really powerful stuff, and we highly recommend you do it. So I'm curious, if you're watching right now, have you ever hosted a webinar or anything like that, right? Virtual party, a lot of people call it virtual parties. And Monica later on was going to talk about, they call it virtual parties. It's the same concept. You're going live, you're broadcasting, people are showing up and attending who are interested in what you're doing.
Product overview online. I mean, there's some gazillion names for them, but essentially you're going live presenting a concept or an idea. Yeah,
so have you done it? Comment below, let us know. If you haven't, are you interested in doing it? Have you wanted to? Maybe you've tried different tools and systems or paid for other things. I'm just curious, those of you watching right now live, let me know in the comments. And to get us moving right along here, the big idea today is, 22 Social lets you use Hangouts on air for your webinars. So we're utilizing this free tool and giving you a system to present and broadcast in a really professional way inside Facebook so you can make more sales in a strategic way. So the cool thing is it's a free tool inside your YouTube channel. So it's a part of YouTube, and it's totally free. So you can have unlimited people watching. You can do this as many times as you want, and it's a very flexible platform. So Renee, why don't you take us through the types of Hangouts?
First is a training session. You're actually on one today, sort of, and we're going to be teaching you how to get this going for yourself. So that could be a training on some topic that you're an expert on. Another one is a hot seat or a workshop. Maybe you can have someone join in, just like Monica's joining in today. You could have somebody join in, not as an expert, but maybe as someone that is a prospect or a client of yours that you're going to help them live. That way the rest of your audience sees how you do that with people, and they're much more likely to jump in and do that one-on-one with you. An interview, maybe you're not the expert in the subject matter, but you're going to bring in an expert to discuss a particular topic or something that's of interest to your community. Maybe take it a step further and actually get an expert panel. So maybe 4 or 5 different experts that are going to be each answering maybe a question as it pertains to what kind of expertise they have, or the different various expertise. And 5 is like even taking a step further. It could be a virtual summit where people come in and watch maybe every day for 5 days or some. I've seen them even for a month, where it's daily for a whole month, where people come in at the same time and learn from a different expert. And those are all, I mean, there's so many other ideas for that as well. I mean, if you're a band, you could have a jam session with your community. So you can get really get creative with this. It just depends on what makes sense for your business. Hangouts versus Facebook Live. Well, I get this asked all the time. So what's great about Hangouts is you do have multiple broadcasters. I know there's ways around that with Facebook Live for the most part, though. Hangouts makes it really easy to have multiple people on. You're going to see Monica, who's on as well. Just how it works here with Hangouts, and Facebook really natively doesn't make it too easy to do that. Unlisted streaming, meaning Facebook Live makes it public. It's not really meant to be gated or protected, so anyone can watch without having any kind of value exchange, and we'll get into what that means. But that's the issue. So I've had people tell me, "Can you do Facebook Live? Can you gate it? Can you protect it?" That's not what Facebook Live is meant for. It's meant to be public, and Hangouts can be both. Embedded streaming, yeah, that's another thing. If you want to embed some sort of stream like we do with Hangouts right inside Facebook, like you're watching right now, you really can't do that with Facebook Live. There's probably hacks around it, but it really is not meant for that. And that's really where it makes it hard for you to say, hey, I'm going to have people register, I'm going to collect leads as part of people watching this live training or interview or workshop. It just doesn't work with Facebook Live, but it is great for attraction. So Andrew actually ran a Facebook Live this morning talking about today's Hangout and getting attention for it and attracting people to come and register and actually join live.
We'll do it right now.
So he's doing one right now. Actually, you can't see him, but he's doing one now. So that would be what we recommend that you do, is actually do Facebook Lives to attract people to come register for your protected Hangouts. So what you want to do is restrict access. Why would you want to do that? Why do I want to not just let the whole world watch and not restrict access? The first reason is leads. If I'm going to give away all this free training, I want something in return, and you should too. And a very, very cheap way for them to pay for that training or that interview or that summit is to become your lead, right? To give up their contact information so you can follow up with them later and market to them later. And if you make it wide open, yeah, there might be more people watching, but you're not going to collect any leads. Payments, that's the second thing, and that's also very important. If you really, really value your content, maybe the first one's free, but then you're going to have another live one where you're actually going to have more of the advanced concepts, and maybe you charge for that. See, so another reason to restrict access is to actually make some money, which is, if you're in business, I mean, that's should be your goal or one of your goals. Let's see. Another thing, now that we've gone through that, there's been also a lot of questions about updates to the Hangouts on Air API. People are freaking out, and there's no reason to freak out. Hangouts still work through the YouTube Live platform, so it's not through the old Hangouts or Google Plus. In fact, we haven't been using the old Google Plus platform for a long time. We go straight to YouTube Live. That's still working. That has not changed. What has changed is the fact that their built-in apps are going to be disabled on April 25th. And an example of that is like the sound effects apps. I mean, we actually love them, and we're going to use them probably till the day they expire. So, there we go. Oh, there we go. It's an example of that app, the effects app. That's not going to work any longer. But there are exceptions. So they are keeping the apps that are critical to making Hangouts work, which is a toolbox, a control room, and the cameraman. And you can start, once you start playing with Hangouts, you can start playing with those tools. Those are going to stay. Also, this is what really, really, I loved reading this from YouTube, is that they're still going to work with enterprise tools like Slack and a few others, which means they have long-term plans for Hangouts on air. They're not just going to kind of toss it aside, because they are working with partners like Slack and other companies. So that's actually a good thing. So don't be worried. This thing's going to keep working for a long time. No guarantees, but I mean, it looks like Google's really interested in keeping support and supporting Google Hangouts on air. So it's still a really, really viable platform for your business. Moving on.
All right, I'm up. So what I want to do right now is just go through the big idea of how we've simplified this for you, and really just point out that there are a lot of ways to do webinars online, and there's a lot of really cool tools, but a lot of times they're complex and costly, and it's just another ball in the air that you have to juggle, right? So there's all these things you want to do with your online marketing, and now you have to go buy a whole other system and learn it. Well, luckily, with 22 Social, it's just one of the many things that you can do with this one system. And really, the big idea is that we try to keep it as simple for you as possible. So it all starts with your Facebook page. You can install 22 Social and build awesome apps inside Facebook. Now, as you probably know, there's a lot of things you can do with 22 Social, but it's all using the same system. You can do sweepstakes, giveaways, courses, subscription programs, connect it to your Facebook groups, have all these cool features built in. And using Hangouts to do your webinars is really just one of the many ways to use 22 Social. But it's really powerful, and it's what got us on the map, I think, in 2013, when people saw that we were streaming Hangouts on air inside Facebook and we could collect leads through Facebook. It was really a big deal, and it still is today. There's still not an easy solution to get this done. And the fact that it's all mobile friendly automatically, you can promote it all day long, use that same app over and over every week, or whenever you want to do a big blowout hangout to attract potential customers. It's just right there, ready to go, and you can build your brand where people are spending all their time on Facebook. So it's a really powerful tool. And to fully understand it, we've got some new graphics here, right? So the new Facebook layouts kind of threw us off last year. All of our cool graphics we had to update. So here's a little bit more of a modern look of your Facebook business page or fan page, whatever you want to call it. The reason that's so powerful is it's just so easy to set up and manage. Unlike a website or something, you don't need really any hosting or external tools and paid services to get it set up. You just plug and play and you're up in a few minutes. So it's really convenient for the modern entrepreneur who just wants to launch an idea and start building a brand online and attracting people to their business. So a fan page is really cool. We call it your online hub because it has all these features built in, and they keep adding more stuff. So you can do Facebook Live now on your page. You can run ads. You can have messaging features right inside your page to do even customer support and communication with your customers. Obviously, you can post content to keep people updated. They even have a notes update that they did last year that basically lets you build like a blog inside Facebook using the notes app that Facebook gives you. And they're just adding more and more all the time. So take advantage of all that free stuff, okay? It's incredibly powerful. And finally, Facebook is unique in the sense that it lets you customize it. So you can add a custom app. And that's where 22 Social comes in for you. So you can install 22 Social in just one click, install the software inside your page, and now you can build a custom app page inside Facebook. And it really only takes seconds. You can add your text and videos, and you can put buttons to buy stuff, okay? Or you can even sell stuff right there. So really all you need to know to, if you're curious about doing this for your business, and or even if you've been on the fence or you've tried it in the past, look, it's very simple. You don't need to overcomplicate things. You just get all this set up, and it's mobile friendly automatically. So here's really the 5 steps you need to know about how this works, right? So when you build an app, it's point and click, you load your stuff in, then you get a link that you can share. You share your link anywhere on the web, even put it on your business card, it doesn't matter. They just need to go to that link. When they click, they're gonna visit your app, okay? See that tab there? It's gonna be highlighted. It's not gonna be your default homepage on your fan page. You can't replace that. Your homepage for your Facebook page here is always gonna be the home tab. But what you can do is direct traffic to a specific app inside your fan page. Just like a website, you can send someone to a specific page on your website. So now you have people showing up, and this is what they see. It's big, it's bold, it kind of takes over your fan page, right? It's right there. That's all they see. And on mobile, it's big and bold. It's optimized for mobile as well. So now they can check out your offer, and we call this the gate. So they're going to show up, and this is kind of your registration page. If you're doing a free hangout and you're using this to collect leads, it's as simple as, hey, just click and get access to my content. Now you can also charge. So you could set this gate up to take payments and require people to pay to get access. But the point is, when they click and take action, you're going to collect their information using Facebook login. And it's as simple as one button for them. They click to continue, and now you collect their Facebook profile information. For them, it's convenient because they don't have to type in a bunch of stuff. They're most likely going to be logged into Facebook already, so they just click one button and they're through. And for you, you get better information because you're not asking them to type in some random name and email, you're actually getting their verified information from Facebook. So it's convenient for both of you. And over the years, it's gotten more and more common for people to go through this, you know, with all the mobile apps now using Facebook login, major websites using Facebook login. It's just commonplace for everybody to do this, so you can take advantage of that power, just like Spotify and all these websites use Facebook login to collect information and really allow people to create accounts with that website. You can do the same thing using 22 Social. It's automatically set up for you, just automatically ready to go. Now that they've logged in, they are going to be given access to your main content. And that's another part of the same app, right? The same app that was installed on your page. It's like a protected area. It's a gated area inside your fan page. And that's so powerful, especially when we're talking about broadcasting live trainings and interviews and sales presentations. A lot of people get a little weary about doing that publicly. It can be uncomfortable, especially if you're new to just Facebook Live everything to everyone, right? So now you have this gated page inside Facebook. You've collected the only people who have access to this are logged in with Facebook, and you know who they are. So not only can you follow up with them and build your email list, because you can connect this to your email as well if you'd like to add them to your email autoresponder, but you know everyone who's watching and attending and seeing your video. And that's really nice for most people, especially if you just kind of getting your feet wet with all this, to just have this safe place for you to be yourself. You can do your Hangout broadcast to the specific people who have, said, I want to be here. I want to see this content. I'm interested. And now it's all managed automatically. If they show up and they're logged in with Facebook, they're going to see this page again. They're not going to have to see the gate because we can identify them. We're going to give them access because they're already logged in with Facebook. So it's easy for you and them. And you can share that same link with everyone, people who have already registered and people who haven't. They can all go through the same process to get access. And again, if you're charging for access, it's the same deal, but instead of just clicking through and logging in with Facebook, they'll also have to pay through PayPal to get access. So I saw recently, actually, someone did there was some kind of I don't know, not MMA, but some kind of a martial arts event, and they charged for access, and they did a hangout in the main content area, and they broadcasted it. And they charged like $10 for access to this live broadcast. And, they had a few hundred people go through the gate, they paid and got access to this live broadcast. So it was pretty cool to see, there's so many ways you can use this, but just in your mind, just consider this protected area inside Facebook that you can control, and you know who's showing up and who has access. And you can control how they get access, whether it's free with a registration or if it is paid. And this could also be part of a monthly subscription. So you can charge a monthly fee for access to this. And you can use this same app to broadcast over and over and over. Myself and Renee, we each have our own side projects where we're doing a membership program, and I'm live every single week. I do a 1-hour training every week, and people pay me on a monthly subscription for access to these weekly trainings. I even connected a Facebook group to that, so I can keep them updated and communicate with them when I'm not live and remind them and have events and let them know to keep coming back here to watch. So much you can do. And it's a simple system, right? This is all you need to know, but it works for everything. And now when they go through, you're getting all that information. You see all their names. You can click over and add them as friends. You can message them. And again, you can even hook up your CRM. There we go. To have this data passed into your email autoresponder as well if you'd like to, but it's not required. You have them right here. You can export this list and do what you need to do to communicate and follow up. So if you're interested in doing this, we've got a lot of training over here at 22s.com/notes/hangouts. And I want to show you real fast what that looks like, so that you know where to find the information to get this done. We've updated this with some new stuff, so even if you've checked it out in the past, just come on over here. Basically, what we went through today, this concept overview, this quick video is a refresher on what Renee went through earlier. the tutorial here. This is awesome. Okay, watch this 27-minute video and you are going to know how to get this done. Okay, we walk through step by step. I even broadcast and a broadcast. I do the whole thing right there in front of you so you can see how to do it. And then previously we talked to Sorrybell, and she told her story about how she's using it, so you can check that out. We've got lots of visuals and examples. And I'll point out, get your YouTube account set up. You'll want to follow some of our steps here. So just kind of go through this note one step at a time. And your first time will be the hardest, right? It's always kind of scary and new the first time you go through this. But once you do it once, you're going to feel really comfortable. And the more you do it, after some practice, you can get really good at this. It's all free. The Hangout stuff is free to learn and do. It's all included in 22 Social and your subscription with us, on top of everything else you can do. But all these examples of showing you what kind of things you want to set up and what to look at with the app itself. Just each of these pieces here, what you can do, and then an example of some really cool case studies. Especially this one with Mari Smith, what we did with her, and how this all came together. How to promote it and share it, get more people to show up. So a lot of information. If you're serious about doing this, you have the resources you need, and that's where to find it. So today, we do have a winner to announce, and then we're going to bring out Monica in a minute. But first, we'll do the announcement of the winner. You ready for this, Renee? Okay, let's see. Today's...
used to doing that by hand now.
I know. Oh, you don't have a mic either.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
All right, so today's prize winner. Every week we do a sweepstakes. Random winner will get 1 year of 22 Social Premium. And this week we chose a random winner. And the winner is, there we go, Tammy from Virginia. Congrats. There it is.
That one I can't do.
There's my applause. There it is. All right, congrats, Tammy. You're this week's winner. So if you're watching right now and you want to win next week, or if you just got a friend who's interested in all the stuff we're talking about, you can get your referral link and invite them over to catch not only this replay, but all of our previous replays, learn about 22 Social, and see if this is a good fit for them. And also, if they sign up for 22 Social, you can earn credits towards getting your account for free. So all you need is 3 people on the same plan that you're on, and you won't pay anymore. So it's our way of thanking you for bringing a few friends over, and you can get all of 20 Social for free just by inviting some people over. Plus, you have a chance to win an upgraded account for a year. Every week we got a new winner. Cool, right?
Yep.
All right, so that information is down below. Be sure to check out those links and do that. So today, Monica's been standing by. We've got certified expert, and even she's one of the few who's upgraded to the instructor level with 22 Social because of her success. She's a brain coach and social media trainer, and you can learn more at monicaramos.tv, which actually goes to a 22 Social app inside her fan page. So Monica, thanks for sitting tight, and thank you for joining us on today's Hangout. How's it going?
Good, thanks. You're welcome.
So I asked you to join us today because you have had a lot of success using Hangouts on Air with 22 Social. So maybe you can just fill everyone in who people don't know you, kind of what you are all about and what you're doing with your fan page and how you've used Hangouts in the last couple of years.
Well, I just did one today and I have another one tomorrow. So I've been with 22 Social now a few years, but you guys were talking about how, doing something like this, a live event in your Facebook page, which was not even, I'd never even heard of that, but I was interested in 22 Social. I think you guys had like the light free account, so I signed up for that. But it wasn't until I saw somebody doing a live webinar on their Facebook fan page, their business page, I was like, whoa. So then I got serious and I really got into it, decided, let me pay for an account and all that. So, but prior to 22 Social, I did things kind of the traditional way. I've been kind of helping people do online business marketing for a long time on the side, got into direct sales also on the side. But that really took off for me really well, enough for me to quit my corporate job, or actually it was a government job. I'd been with them for 15 years with the state of California. So I was able to do that, replace my income. So people want to know how I did so well. And I said, well, I use Facebook. And then 22 Social has really helped that. So like you said, my website now is, I used to have like the WordPress blog and all of that. It now just directs to, if you go to monicaramos.tv, it is a 22 Social app. And it has, you know, like an about tab and my resources, you know, just like a web page. But basically, it's just other apps I've created. So one of my biggest programs I run is I teach people how to run online business using Facebook. And so I have a program where 5 times a month I do live hangouts. So it's actually the first and third Wednesday, the second and fourth Tuesday, and then the first Friday of the month is open to the public, where I kind of just take Q&A and let them know about my program. So that's why I said I have one today and I have one tomorrow, because this month, and it happens to be next month, is the few times where the second Tuesday and the third Wednesday are back to back. So today's the second Tuesday of the month and tomorrow's the third Wednesday. So I have 2 back to backs instead of weekly. But yeah, I just did one today. It was great. You know, it was a Q&A. I've done webinars where, you know, they sign up, it's a one-time deal, and we're running a special maybe for the weekend. I also do it to host like closed group trainings. The program one is where it's behind a gate where you have to pay. So members have to pay to get access to that, but it's the same location every week. The webinars, of course, would be like a free. So then they just register through a lead gate instead of a pay gate. And, you know, I can also host the replays on there, which is nice. And I use a lot of that to create my e-courses, which I also host with 22 Social. So I do a lot of things. I get really creative with it too. I have a whole layout of like before the event, during the event, and after, like how to switch out the media. So it's all in one app, but it has 3 different views, which is what I taught today. And my members thought that was really cool. So we went over that. But I mean, I could talk all day about all the things I do with 22 Social, but when it comes to webinars, that's pretty much the gist of it. And it's been really good with my business, just running it through 22 Social on one place, not having extra tools to hassle with and all of that.
Nice. I mean, I don't know how to say it better than that, but it's, I think if we could just hear about, and then we'll take some questions too. If you're watching right now, you got questions for Monica or us about any of this, we've got some time to talk it out. So this is a good opportunity to maybe share what you're working on with your business and kick some ideas around with us, so we can let you know or give you some ideas on what you can do. But for you, Monica, I mean, it's cool to see how much you've leveraged the platform. You've done one of the things in particular, beyond all that stuff you just mentioned, which might be overwhelming to a lot of people, but one of the big things you did, well, a year ago, 2 years ago, you had a course that you wanted to sell, and the way that you sold that course, right? So anyone watching right now, I'm assuming, has something you're trying to sell, maybe a big ticket item or just products that you want a lot of people to buy. It's hard to get people to buy that product. So one way to do that is by doing one big live webinar and do a bunch of promotion for that, get a bunch of people signed up, build your list of people interested, do that presentation, and then get people to buy. So I know you've done that well. So maybe describe what you went through to make that happen.
Well, so a lot of it has to do, well, I would go the whole route about, promoting it. But one of my big things, at least during that year, was the fact that I was able to promote without ads. So I actually didn't run any ads. Had I run ads, that would have been great. So the real nice thing about having is really knowing like what it is. I help people get through like what it is you have. We all have a gift, right? There's something we're good at. People don't realize that they're good at something that it's so easy to you that you don't realize it's special. And so I help people kind of realize, well, what's that? What is that? And then finding your market, who can use that, who can benefit from that, like teaching them something and offering that as kind of like, well, here's your problem, here's how to solve it. And you show them, how to do that and offer something for free that they'd like. And so that's what I did. My webinar was just, I think one of them, I've done several, but one was on, and this just came up today. I guess a lot of people are in Facebook jail. So if you're a direct seller and you're watching this, this came up like all morning. I've been seeing it. Facebook's cracking down because you can't do parties inside Facebook groups. You're not supposed to, because groups are run by personal accounts. That's why people don't realize that's the reason why you cannot sell in a group. So, which is different than the community groups where you can sell like yard sale, because that's different. That's not a business. That's like your couch. But you can't sell like your candles or whatever in there. So what I did was this was a big issue at the time as well, a couple years ago, and I kind of honed in on that was a problem. How can I help people with this problem? And so I said, look, I'll teach you how to do Facebook parties without getting in trouble, do them the right way. I'm going to show you this really cool way that I do it, which is really, was like next level at the time. And that's when I introduced 22 Social, and I threw, my course as well. I said, look, I have a course. I'll teach you how to use 22 Social, teach you how to do the parties. This is the whole package. And so I had a really good return on that because I knew exactly what their problem was, and I addressed that. And so I gave them a solution, which of course required 22 Social, but if they got 22 Social, I also was going to teach them how to use it. Now I just sell the course by itself, but it's done really well for me because it helped solve a problem. So that's usually what I figure out. Like, if you know something that other people don't know, teach them how to do it, help them solve a problem. And then you can create content around that, and some people buy it, some people don't, but your gap between those who sign up for free and those who are, your conversion rate will be a lot smaller when you know who your market is. So
I remember, Monica, I remember that course specifically for a lot of reasons, but one of them was the way you launched it. You didn't have, let's say, a library of videos ready and said, this is module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
Create all that and then sell it. You actually told them, hey, go ahead and sign up. The first module will be happening live in such date. And if you want to have access to the Q&A, then you want to join live. So that's your advantage to buying early, right? So you did the first one. And then I think maybe a week later, you had the second module. You didn't pre-create it. You just demoed it live. Like we're training right now on Facebook.
Right.
Hangouts or YouTube Live. And that was your second module. Third week, it was the same thing, the third module and so forth. So nothing was done ahead of time. Somebody just asked, how can you charge for this? So that's an excellent example of how you did that. You made money with it live, and you also made money with it after the fact, because people kept buying even after the first module 1 through 3, 4, 5, for how many you had were done. They were already pre-recorded. They could already show up. The ones who paid early, the early bird, got your Q&A live. Everybody else got the recording. So you really created a course simply by running 4 or 5 different Hangouts. So I love that.
Right. Yeah. And then I went back later, to edit them and polish them for the final, view, which I then packaged at a higher price. So, because you got in early. So that's another method. You can offer kind of like a beta, look, we're going to create this together, and you'll learn what you need from your audience. So you don't really have to have the content. You can say, look, here's kind of an outline. I'm going to teach you this, this, and this, 4 or 5 things. Those could be like 4 or 5 modules. And you just do them each week live, and now you have this recording that you can later polish up if you want to package as a course. But yeah, that was, and I recommend that only because if you're in the same business, like you guys were just talking about how you had to redo all your layouts. Oh my God, it's like being a Facebook instructor. It's a full-time job. So the minute you switch out, you change it all, Facebook changes, and it's like, oh my God, I just spent months putting this together. So I kind of stopped doing that. I really just we do the live, like in my group, we do a live training. Today's question was, how did you get, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got a preview window where it has the video. So it's like a blank video Hangout screen, but in the center of the screen is my countdown timer. And they wanted to know, how did you get the timer to appear like it looks like it's inside the screen? And it's basically the top half of a video, the timer, and then the bottom half of the video. And I just manipulated the color so that the gradient was match up perfect. And so I taught them how to do that. And so that was just a Q&A. So I took that and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to add this as a bonus in our 22 Social course. It'll be like a side training. But it came up just because that was the topic of the day. It wasn't like something I pre-planned, but now I know this is what my audience wants. I taught them how to do it. Cool. Now I can just take that snippet out of my Hangout and plug it in as, video 4 of whatever, just plug it in where it fits. So that's a really great way to do it and not drive yourself crazy with all the changes.
So to me, the big takeaway for anyone who is looking to make some passive income and build a brand and build a following, and if that's kind of one of your goals, Monica, I know for you, that was a big launching point where you had this idea, you're going to put together a course. And basically, like you said, you just come up with 4 or 5 topics that you're going to teach on. And then you outline what that's going to be as a paid course. That's one app, all right? So you're going to pay for access to this content on your page that is going to be created over the next month or 2. Every week, the modules will be created. You can join us live. That's another way to use these live Hangouts. But now you need people to know about this and want to pay to get access to that and be a part of this whole thing. So a second app on your page is where you did the promotion. You invited everyone to join you on a specific date where you're going to introduce this idea. And really, I know for you, you gave a good training. You gave kind of like almost module 1, right? Like a crash course for that free training. And now everyone's showing up, attending, getting some good value. And then you say, look, if this is, if you want to learn more about this and go deeper, buy into my program and you can join me over the next couple months. And really that's like your core. And we did the same thing before, a few months before you did this one. And from there, I think we found we found people like you. It helped us build a really strong tribe of people who have been with us for a long time. So I think it's for anyone who wants to, looking for like a leverage point to not only create your course, which can take forever because the procrastination on creating a course is so difficult to put together videos and get that done.
Perfectionism too.
You can do it live with people and build a really strong community of your customers and your followers.
Yeah,
so
and
maybe talk about what that's done for you since then.
Okay, yeah. Well, anything can happen live, so that the whole authenticity of it is nice too, to have that connection. But since then, I've actually done a lot. So I introduced a school. So backing up to 2013 is when I first started doing like free webinars. And actually, I think I started dabbling with it at the end of 2012. But I didn't offer anything. Like I had no freebie. I used like Anytime GoToWebinar, all these other ones, right? But I would not do anything. Like I didn't have anything to sell, so I was basically just giving free information. But that got my following going, and so I taught people how to use Facebook. Then I did a visibility thing, and then I decided I'm going to make that a course. And then I did the third time I did one was for the parties, Facebook parties. And at that point, I thought, okay, I have all these ideas for these things that people want to learn, and they all kind of build on each other. I decided I'm going to do a school, like an academy, which is a collection of courses. So now what I offer is, and I'm in the process of rebranding all of it. It's all being changed because, just an FYI from a Facebook, person here, be careful not to put the word, I know you can't have the word Facebook in your URL, but FB is iffy and it's kind of gray area. And I have FB Success School. So all of that's changing. It's now the Online Business Success Academy, OBSA instead of FBSS. So the old links still work, but that's what I created. The OBSA is basically just a collection of all my courses that you can buy individually if you want and have lifetime access, but don't come with any of the support. Where you have the Academy, which is kind of a group membership where you pay monthly or yearly. It's actually cheaper if you buy yearly. Actually, the price of one course is the price of 1 year in this. And you get access to all of my courses, which I totally have 4 live now and 2 coming later this year. Totally free included with it. So I turned my one-time webinars, which then turned into a course, which then turned into 3 or 4 courses, now into a academy, a membership academy, where they have, 5 times a month, we do Q&As like the one we did today and the one we're doing tomorrow. And as part of that, they also have access to all of the courses, which thanks to features that you guys offer, like the sync access, where I know that anyone who's a monthly member now bypasses the pay gate on all of my courses and just gets them free right through the modules. Things like affiliate programs. They can be an affiliate for each individual course and earn a commission if they just want to sell the course. So I've really grown into that, and it's really been with the help of 22 Social. And I'm still amazed every day at how difficult, how many struggles there are. People are struggling with so many different moving parts to do what I've been able to accomplish with one system. Basically, your 22 Social, your Facebook page, and an autoresponder. I mean, that's really all you need. And I mean, one of those is free. 2 of those are free. So it really was a no-brainer. So yeah, that's pretty much how I've evolved. I think that was the question, right? Like what I've done since there. I went from free webinars to courses to now I've got a membership program, and just loving it. I really do. I love seeing how it evolves and how it grows and meeting people, like-minded people. So having a lot of fun with it.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Monica.
Yeah.
And there's someone that's asking a question. I know you're very qualified to answer this.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if you could see the comments, but
is it Evie?
What?
Say her name. I want you to say
Ivelisse?
Ivelisse. Okay, she's in my group.
Did I kill it?
No, we always have a little running joke about how to say her name, so I just want to hear someone else saying it. I call her Evie because of it. Yeah, so as a direct selling company, what's the difference between Hangouts and going live? We talked about that earlier, but I think she missed it, so I can recap. Hangouts are only one-to-one clients, planned live meetings. How should I reach my clients when normally going live? So Evie, it really would depend on, so first of all, Facebook Live versus Hangouts. Facebook Live, I know you came in a little bit late because I went in and posted about how Tammy won. I was like, Tammy just won, because she's in my group too, so I think everybody came over after that. Watch the beginning of this, but just to recap, basically Facebook Live doesn't have a lot of the features like gating it, collecting leads, setting up payments, or anything like that. But you can use Facebook Live to kind of promote it, like kind of how Andrew did right before this was started. You can go on and do Facebook Live and say, hey, everybody, I'm live. Check me out in 15 minutes over here, and then plug the link to your app where they go in and they register. So you gate it, register it, they come in, and then you've got your Hangout that's going through YouTube Live events, which for you, Evie, you have a whole tutorial on how to do that in our members area. But that's where I would do that to set that up. And if you're talking about like one-on-one, you could also do that. Team meetings, like in direct sales, I also created when I was still in my company, a place where my team, I'd say, hey, our meeting is the first, the second Tuesday of every month was our meeting at 6 p.m. And they would go and they'd register through the app and they'd show up. And then I would do a live broadcast, an unlisted broadcast streaming through the app that only members had access to. So I would do my live meetings there as well. So lots of different ways you could do it.
Yep, you can see the theme here is live Hangouts can be a huge part of your business. So it's a free tool to leverage. And what we try to do and what we've always seen the potential is, man, we got to get the most out of these Hangouts on air and utilize this for our business, because you don't have to pay, all these crazy fees as your business grows. It's free and it's really reliable at this point. It's come a long way over the years.
Yes.
So just seeing what you've done, Monica, and the fact that it's just fun to think about like your own gated live channel inside Facebook. Facebook
right, with
Live
the comment
is great.
stream and everything, because even on Facebook Live, the comment stream it's hard to follow. Like when you're live, it's just showing a few, and then are you landscape, are you portrait, are you on a mobile, are you on your desktop?
Right.
It's so crazy. It's hard to really interact. But on a Hangout inside your app, you've got it, and then right below, just like you guys are watching now, you've got the comments. We can go back and see old comments. We can tag people. You can comment as your business or yourself. You cannot do that with Facebook Live, just so you know. On Facebook Live, if you're an admin of a page, you can't comment as yourself. You'll always be an admin.
Oh, I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
And they're commenting on Marty Smith's page as herself.
Yeah, I do that with Dana, and I'm like, oh. And actually, Evie did a live tutorial. She's a Pampered Chef consultant. She was showing how to use a tool, and I saw it live, and so I was just scrolling through my phone. I go, hey, that's really awesome, cool. And it was her posting as her business page, and I was like, oh. Yeah, bummer. So yeah, there's a little bit of limitation.
This is like that one place, and what we call, we haven't talked about it too much recently, but having this one page where you can consistently do your live broadcast. Like if you notice down below this live video, if you're watching at 22s.com/live, you'll see that there's like 6,000 something comments. That didn't happen today, but that's I don't know, we call it comment stacking, right? Where every week, if you're going to do a show every week, you can create your content here. People have this one link they can keep coming back to. So you can even buy a domain. Like Monica, if you go to monicaramos.tv, it'll go to her app. So you can have your own domain going to this.
And I actually have like /live takes you to where you can register for my next live event. I do free. If anybody wants to see me do it in action, I do a free one every first Friday of the month. And then at the end, I reset the, everything, the timer and all that. We start over again. So every month, and then you get the replay. And so, yeah, I have my own domain that just goes just to that app as well. So that's, it's nice that you can keep all the comments and people can see what they commented before. They can scroll down. You can even search the comments. You could do like a F5, Control 5 or whatever, F something. So yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, I like that too. I really like that.
Yeah, it's like your one place, and the only people who can show up and watch are people who have registered. You know who they are, so you're getting their information. Now, Facebook Live doesn't give you all this stuff, but it's free and it's amazing and it's powerful, and you can get tons of organic reach with Facebook Live. But if you want like a professional presentation, you have the ability to have a panel on a Hangout. You can present your screen and show a slideshow. So that's how Monica did hers. It was, professional presentation where you want to deliver not just, a Q&A kind of thing, but really do a professional presentation, that's an environment to do it. And then you have your buttons down below so you can customize those buttons. And now they're watching, they're commenting, and they can go take action.
Yeah, you really have control of the environment.
Right.
That's a big difference. And there's a question that keeps coming up a few times, so I want to make sure we cover it. Ben is asking, YouTube Live is free to the public, but how can you use it privately to charge for Twin Social? Charge under the Twin Social app. Ben, there's a few ways to do this. The first is public, which means anyone's going to be able to see it, which means if somebody's on your YouTube channel, they're going to see, hey, so-and-so's live. You make sure that's not the way you want to do it. Unless for some reason you want YouTube traffic, totally different story. But the way we do it, whether it's free or even if it's just for a lead gate, we set it unlisted so that people who go to your YouTube channel will not see it. It won't show up. And there's options on there that let you turn off promotions. So YouTube kind of sneaks those in there. Make sure to turn those off. But no one's going to be able to see it. The only people who are going to see it are people who signed up, registered, either got in for free because it was just collecting leads or they paid. Once they're there, they can find that link. So there is a little bit of a risk of them sharing the link. But hey, if you're already live, there's not a lot of time for them to do that. And if they do share your link, guess what? They're working for you for free. They're marketing you. So
yeah, it's not the end of the world, but that's the key. So if you're wondering how do you protect and make it private, basically is you don't choose private. So when you're creating the event, the Hangout event, you're setting it up in your YouTube channel, you have the privacy settings, and just watch my video tutorial. I show you this exactly where this is and which one to select. But 99% of the time we do unlisted.
Yes.
So that it's only showing in the app where we embed the broadcast. So people showing up there can watch it, and it's not being promoted on YouTube and everywhere else publicly.
Right. And don't do private. Private's also very specific.
Only you can see.
Yeah, only you. And if you add people one at a time based on their YouTube account name, that just doesn't scale.
Yeah, that's a common mistake. So
yeah, don't do that. No one's gonna be able to see it. So yeah,
but the cool thing too is you can do it behind a gate, like we're talking about, and collect leads and registrations. But then you can make it public later.
Right.
So you could then, like we're just starting to do now, is make our old recordings public so that if someone's searching for it in YouTube, it'll show up, and even on Google and whatnot. So you can repurpose that content. It is automatically recorded, which is fantastic because when you're done, it's just right there in your YouTube channel. So you can even download the video file and edit it, like Monica was talking about, turn it into a course and charge for it later, or put it out there free as a way to attract people organically.
Yeah, I do actually a couple of different things. I highly recommend the unlisted, or private won't work. But when I'm done, like if it's for a course or member-only content, definitely like the Q&As. When it's done, I automatically download it from YouTube. It's takes like 30 seconds, download the video, and I upload it to another program, like Vimeo, Wistia, whatever you have, that allows me to make it only viewable within my app. So you can't find it anywhere else. It will only play within the app if you really want to protect it. But I can also, like how you said, I've been going back and making some of my old videos public, and then in the description, you can say, for more information about this, or to get what I usually tell people is, if you're going to do, because they worry about it being live, make it so that it's very clear that if they want to ask questions, this is where the comments are going on, and send them to your app. If you want let's say you're giving away the slides for that, like, hey, if you want the slide copy of this, go here to get it. So then they have to go to your app, register, and then they can watch the replay there. They can download the slides. So give them incentivize them, give them a reason to go and watch it in your app as opposed to on YouTube. I go so far as to I turn off the comments. So you can't even comment on YouTube.
Right. So do we.
Yeah. It just says, if you want to comment or you want to get what I offered in this video, go here. And then it's a link to my smart link.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want to control that, because if most people, if you don't have a team managing all your social stuff for you, and even us, it's like you just get overwhelmed with like, oh my gosh, there's some guy who commented over here on YouTube and then over here. You want to try to drive all that activity into one place that you can kind of control the environment, and it's going to be better for you and them, because instead of them trying to interact way over here in this YouTube video, you're like, hey, come over into my area over here on Facebook. Let's talk. You can see what I got to offer. I can really help you at that point.
Yeah. I think I'm actually going to do that on my public ones. I'm going to say, hey, I get, just so that I can make sure, if you really want me to see your comment, go here. That way it's guaranteed that I'll see it, and then I can have them run through the registration on that. Good idea.
Well, I think we're about out of time. I don't see any other, unless there's any top questions coming in.
That was pretty much it.
Any inspiration for, before we wrap up, Monica? I mean, I see someone, it's like Karen was commenting, right now she's kind of struggling to get things going, but she wants to be, a 22 social success story like you. So maybe some thinking back to when you were getting your stuff set up, where was your head at the time before that first successful launch you did, and maybe some inspiration or motivation or some guidance and tips for anyone just trying to get started with this.
You know what? Just fail forward. It's okay. Accidents happen. Practice, practice, practice. I actually have a PDF guide that has like best tips and practices for using YouTube Live. So it talks about things like that. But if stuff happens, that's okay. That was my biggest thing, going live, and oh my God, and the lighting and this, like, all that stuff doesn't matter. If you have a message to get out, get it out. It's going to resonate with the people who need to hear that message, and they're the ones who are going to want to learn more about you and do business with you and work with you down the road. And don't worry about the rest of it. When you make a mistake, it actually makes you look more real and authentic, and strengthens that bond, that connection with the people who you're going to attract. And so, it's not for everybody. That's one of the things I try to tell people too. It's not for everybody. People are not going to like my style. Sometimes I go off on a tangent, or I'm very long-winded, or they don't like the sound of my voice, or whatever. Some people say, oh my God, your tutorials are too slow. Just get to it already. Well, then this one's not for you, obviously. So it's a matter of not worrying about all of that, and knowing that the people who go, I like Karen's style, I love the way she does this, that's who you want to meet. And you're not going to meet those people. They're not going to discover you unless you just go out and do it. And don't worry about making mistakes. That's how we grow. That's how we learn.
Yeah, thank you, Monica. That's exactly it. I remember you said when you make mistakes, people see that you're authentic. We were really authentic starting out, weren't we, Ed?
Yes.
We made so many mistakes. Our first one,
Still do.
Yeah, exactly. Our first one, we actually
Same
begged,
here.
like, please make sure there's nobody watching. It was so bad.
But that's, to me, I think this is an environment that you're not going to have 1,000 people show up to your first one. So it's okay. Just start with 3 people, whatever it takes to get started. But that's great, because as you grow your business and as you get better, there's going to be more and more people showing up. So hopefully by the time you do a big promotion and you have a lot of people showing up, you get through it okay. And we've actually failed the worst sometimes with our biggest promotions.
True.
Even recently. And it's like, what the heck? We've been doing this every week and we still make mistakes. But whatever. I mean, you just got to keep marching forward. You're never going to get where you want to go if you stay stuck right here. So do it with 3 people, put it out there and invite a few friends over and try it. Go through this process, go through the checklist, and check out Monica's stuff too. She's got training, obviously. I mean, she knows this stuff in and out, and you can check out what she's doing at monicaramos.tv. That'll give you some confidence to get going and get some of her free stuff and checklists and get in her program. Stick with us and go through the note that I put together, 22s.com/notes/hangouts. I've got my tutorial in there showing you exactly how to get this done. So technically you can get over it. Then it's, it's just figuring out your content, who you're talking to, and getting the messaging right. But it's worth it, right? I mean, you can really live your dream lifestyle. And these simple tools, as Monica said, she's running all these programs, courses, an online academy. It's just using Facebook, Facebook group pages, and these live hangouts with 22 Social. That's all you really need. And you can build this amazing online business and create multiple streams of income. It's just really this one little set of tools you got to understand and figure out, and then just keep practicing.
That's right. That's right. So what are those sound effects? Because I want to milk them.
Before they're gone. All right. Well, with that, Monica, maybe just let everyone know right now before we wrap up, before you jump off, where to find you. I haven't mentioned your link, but where can they get everything you got going on right now?
Well, actually, monicaramos.tv would probably be the best place to start. Make sure you scroll down, because there's links to all my other apps and things like that there. If you want to get in on my next free Q&A, you can go to monicaramos.tv live. And what I'm going to do is I just ran a special over the weekend, and it ended at midnight Sunday. So I'm going to reopen it for 24 hours just because you guys had me on today. If you want to join the Academy, which gives you access to all my courses and 5 Q&As monthly, weekly, every month. You can go to fbsuccessschool.com. The link's also at monicaraamos.tv, but that's the direct, fbsuccessschool.com. Choose the yearly option, and I'll have it significantly reduced, almost 50% off. So it's actually
nice.
the cost of one course, which is $149. You can get all of my courses for that price. So I'll run that for 24 hours.
Nice.
I'll put the link in the comments.
Nice.
Yeah, please.
There you go, everyone. So there's a benefit of joining us live. So we're gonna have more guests in the future. So be sure to try to schedule this in your calendar every week. We're gonna have new topics and new guests, and you might even get awesome coupons like that. So check out what Monica's doing. If you're watching this replay, be sure to just go to her page and message her if you got any questions. That's the beauty of Facebook and all these messaging tools. Like, don't be shy. Even if you're watching this months down the road, I'm sure she's doing something. She's rebranding right now, so it'll probably look different and all kinds of new content. But that's all we got today. So I think we're all set. What you got, Renee? Oh, you want to zoom in and show the screen?
Yeah, real quick.
Thank you, Monica. I'll let you
Thanks, guys. Bye.
get on with your Valentine's Day plans, whatever you got planned tonight. And we'll talk to you again soon. Let's share our screen here. Renee wanted to get through.
Yeah, just quick little commercial for ourselves here.
Oh,
plug ourselves. Why not?
That. We put in the time. You got to sit back and listen to us now. So here's what to do. Right, go for it, Renee.
If you don't have a 20 Social account, you can try it for free. You can get a free trial. There's a link right below this Hangout, or below this video, just to give that a shot. Free. If you cancel before 30 days, then you'll never be charged. Hopefully you won't, because you'll love it. Also, if you are a customer and you just haven't really gotten started, there's a link to our Fast Start game plan. That's really going to point you in the right direction. Some of this training is actually in that Fast Start game plan, but that'll get you going much, much faster. Lastly, if you love what we're doing, we really, really would appreciate a 5-star review from you. You can click on there and do that. If you don't love what we're doing, if there's something we could fix or help you with or improve, then you could always just message us directly. There's a message. You message the fan page. Right. Yeah. So you can go right straight. Thank you, Andrew.
Don't leave a bad review. You can just message us and let us know.
And we'll make it better.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the update. And thanks again for hanging out live. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a great rest of your day and week. And you'll see us again every Tuesday. Be sure to get in the group as well and invite some friends over. Get in the community. This is what we're doing here, and we want to see you have success long term. It's not going to happen overnight, but we are been in this for years, and it's a lot of fun for us. So this is a journey that you are on, and we're here to help you.